Hello and good evening and welcome back to the SLS League. We're into game week 23 now, so we'll just have a quick look at how things are shaping up and tonight's fixtures before we crack on with the action. So Premier Division fixtures tonight: GPR versus Big Time Belfast in a battle of the top two. Glebe, who are struggling for any kind of form, are playing WC Stout, Portrush versus Antrim, Samba FC versus Draft, and Shillelaghs versus Ballycastle. This is how the table is lining up. We've got a four-way title race. Glebe looking like they're going to finish 10th unless they can turn things around pretty soon. And then a group of 5 teams, 5th to 9th, who are all taking points off each other as well as some of the other teams. Over in the Premier Division, the First Division, we've got Drumore level on points with Cookstown, with the Updraft just a point back. Again in a three-way battle for the title / promotion. Fixtures tonight: Cookstown away at Crusaders, who are bottom of the division, Drumore versus Coleraine, and the Updraft versus Cliftonville. So as ever, we will start with the Division 1 fixtures, and that's going to take us to Drumore to begin with. And this is how they line up in terms of changes from the last match. We've got Soroczynski out, as well as Brozek, with Said returning and Alton Top coming in for Brozek. So we will kick this one off. They're playing Coleraine. The referee is Keith Furlonger, and we'll see how it goes. Quick start from Drumore. Maxim Sazalko opening the scoring within the first minute, and doubling his tally and Drumore's tally to make it 2-0 after 12 minutes. And that's a hat-trick inside half an hour. 3-0 to Drumore, 3 goals for Maxim, who is looking almost certain for the golden boot as he's just on the stroke of half-time. Got his 4th of the game and 35th goal of the season. 7 attempts, 4 on target, 1 attempt for the away side without scoring. Maxim is on a 10, obviously, for his 4 shots, 4 goals, couple of assists for Joe Cole, as well as Vitaly Kutuzov. We will just missed a mega horse just in time. 4-0 up, 4 goals for Maxim. And this is how his side is performing. Nice to get a comfortable win on the board in the First Division, with a few slip-ups throughout the season, and a few games that haven't gone as planned, so a comfortable game like this is always pleasing for us managers. Head towards 60 minutes, where I think Mr. Megahorse will probably make a few changes. Unclog the sink, but need to flush it through and fix it back. Well, at least it's unclogged. So we're looking like this. We've got Joe Cole on 79% fitness, Kutuzov 81. The rest look okay. When's the next game? Good question. Next game is in a week. So no concerns in terms of fitness. We'll have a look at your stats for you. 2 assists for Joe Cole, 1 for Kutuzov, as mentioned. Not needing to do too much defensively. Just the 1 attempt from the away side. We'll pop into the tactics and see if we're going to get a change or two. Call for Brovyenko in the only change. There we go. We'll run this one through to full time. Good evening to Tay. Hope you're well. Second half flown by, we're into the 90th minute. We've got an injury for Milito. I'm assuming it's going to be Hans Fight who comes in for stoppage time. Unless you want anything different, Dan, then do let me know. Yeah, Maxim has had a pleasurable first 45 minutes. Not so pleasurable for Collaren's defence or goalkeeper. A few 5s and 6s and a 4 in there for Tommy Mutton, who on the face of it has had a decent season and scored against a couple of us, I believe. Not as many attempts as sometimes we see from the big teams in the first division, but a comfortable win. 4 shots, 4 goals from Maxim. 2 assists for Joe Cole, 1 for Kutusov, and an easy night's work for the league leaders. We're going to go now then to the updraft, since Mr. Tay is with us. We'll line up like this. Saviola continues to play up front in an unchanged side. Michael Owen, with his 20 goals this season, is still benched, and we will see how that pays off as the updraft host Cliftonville. And it's 1-0. Robbie Keane, who's having an excellent season for the updraft, has opened the scoring. We're into the 33rd minute and looks pretty comfortable for the updraft. And as I say that, they've doubled the lead through Landon Donovan, and Saviola justifies his continued selection as they make it 3-0 before half time. So a good start for the updraft, 6 attempts, all on target. We've got 2 assists for Gilligan Johnson from defensive midfield. We've got an assist and a goal for Robbie Keane, with goals from Donovan and Saviola. We'll just see if the manager wants to make any changes. I assume we'll probably run it through to 60. We will. Comfortable evenings so far for the 2 first division sides. We're up to 61 minutes. We will have another pause and play. Robbie Keane up to a 10 and having an excellent game again. We'll just see if we're going to get any changes. Saviola for Owen. And that is it. Let's see if Michael Owen can get back on the goal scoring charts, or whether the updraft will just cruise home with a comfortable 3-0 win. Into the last 10 minutes, an injury for Donnelly for the away side, and the final whistle comes. 9 attempts, 7 on target. Again, another comfortable night's work. Robbie Keane picks up man of the match with a goal and an assist. Goals from Donovan and Saviola make it a comfortable win for the updraft. So we will go across to Bill Ailes Cookstown Juniors, who line up like this. I think it's unchanged for a few weeks now, on a decent run of form after a slip up against the updraft. Scoring plenty, so hopefully that will continue against the side bottom of the league. We'll kick it off and see if we can make it 3 comfortable wins out of 3 in the first division. And Huntelaar has opened the scoring for Cookstown in a decent run of form in front of goal himself. Carlos Jacks has doubled the lead on 11 minutes. But the home side have got a goal back. Savage has scored for Crusaders. Cookstown have been vulnerable against some of the lesser sides in this division before now. So another goal to restore that 2-goal cushion would be preferable. And it's 2-2. Tolan has equalised for the home side after what looked like a comfortable start and a runaway win for Cookstown. It's 3-2 on the stroke of half time. Lars Everstrand also having a decent season. That is Mark Savage, left midfielder. It's his first goal of the season. So yeah, 4 attempts free on target for the home side, 11 and 9 for Cookstown, who've already in 45 minutes had more attempts than Drumore and the Updraft. But shaky at the back. Seb Frey not having the best game. We've got assists from Gareth Barrett, Pamudaka and David Mendes de Silva, the defensive midfield trio. We're going to leave it as it is for the next 15 minutes and see if we can restore this 2-goal cushion and keep the home side out. But now we'll have a look and see if there's any changes to be made. Seb Frey's not having the best of games. John Welsh doing okay in midfield. We're gonna take off. What are we gonna do? We're gonna take off Strand for Ez Gonzalez, and that's the only change we're going to make. Let's see how that leaves us for the last 30 minutes. $20 to go. The home side having a real go to try and cause an upset here. Bottom of the table Crusaders against title chasing Cookstown, and it's not at all comfortable for Cookstown. We're into the last 10 minutes and they're really under pressure from the home side. Jacks with a chance. We've got into added time almost, and Cookstown have held on. 20 attempts, 14 on target, but they've conceded 9 shots with 6 on target from the home side. Man of the match has gone to Jody Tolan for his goal. But we've got a solid performance, if not spectacular, from Cookstown, with the goals and assists spread out across the midfield and attacking players. But 3 points is what's important, and that is what we have got. So we're now going to go to Glebe, the strongest side in the league, for holding everybody else up. Excuse the awful pun. And they line up like this, with Ray Parler coming at right wing back, place of Sirkovic, and they are playing Castle Extra Stout, who line up like this. We've got Valharan and Akanbai out, Vrede and Kesman in. Oh, and Hoffland, Vrede, Hoffland, Kesman in. So we'll kick off the first Premier Division game of the evening. Good luck to both managers as Glebe host WC Stout. We've got a red card for Kevin Hoffland. Kevin Hoffland is off. I suspect will we see Valharan come on? Will Dabrizas move forward? Just see what the manager's going to do. So we've got Tradze moving back to defend the centre in the gap, but keep his place in the triangle. Like, oh, do you mean like that? Okay, that's what we'll do. We'll kick it off. Sorry about that. Do either of you know when you set up a YouTube account, when you first sign in, do you have to wait a specific amount of time before you can use the chat function? Ben's trying to access the chat. As I say that, Quinton Fortune has turned around Glebe's fortune and put them 1-0 up on the stroke of half time. So, this is how it looks in terms of the match stats. 5 and 4 for Glebe, 2 and 1 for Stout. Glebe making use of the extra man. Got 7s and 8s. Apart from Glenn Salmon up front, who's been pretty ineffective. Don't you need to create your channel? No, you can just create. You can just have a YouTube account just to comment. I think. I'm not sure. Maybe I'm wrong. And across at Stout, Kesman's on a 5. Got 6s and 7s for the rest. So we'll just see if Tay is going to do anything. +18 Kesman for Constantino. We'll kick off the second half and run to 60 minutes. Leading 1-0. And probably looking good value for it. And we skip through all the way past to 69 minutes. Just go back and have a look at the player stats. 7s and 8s across the board. Alessandro Pierini with the assist for Glebe. And then over at Stout, some players not having the best of games. On Broncos not doing a great deal. Duaj and George Atos out wide again, not being as effective as the manager would hope. Play on. Need a new shape this side. We've got a play on from both sides. You say don't change it. That means you're not going to? Is that a play on? I'm going to assume it is. Give you 10 seconds to tell me otherwise. But 20 minutes to go. Glebe, who haven't won a game for forever, rooted to the bottom, have a chance. And we'll see how that plays out in the last. We're into 5 minutes now. Stoppage time, and I believe going to get a win. Quinton Fortune has doubled the lead. He scored a minute before half time, a minute before full time, and Glebe have won a football match. They were the better side. They limited Stout to little, 2 attempts, just the one on target. The red card was crucial, and Quinton Fortune picks up man of the match. Ray Parler picks up an assist from right wing back, and a very, very good performance from Glebe. And as the manager says for the away side, the red card has killed it. Hoffland has not done his side any favours at all. Vrede did okay, 6s and 7s throughout the rest of the team. Well done to Glebe. Good 2-0 win and very well deserved. We're now going to see Shillelagh's Castle Leprechaun playing against Ballycastle. We've got Eto and Carbone out, with Barnby and Meester coming in. Or Carbone is shifted to the right. Eto and is it just a shift around? Eto for Meester is the only personnel change, I think, with a few attacking players swapping positions. Over at Ballycastle. Oh, we've got a keeper change as well for Shirley's that I missed. This is how Ballycastle line up. Dimitri Podres has been impressive, 8 in 16 with a couple of assists. Grabowski also I feel has been quite effective, but that's how they line up, with Berger and Poborski on the wing. We'll kick this one off and see how it pans out. Good luck to both managers. And Stephen McPhail has opened scoring for Shillelaghs. We're 20 minutes in, and it looks relatively even, close game, not massive amounts of chances, but Pinger didn't mean it, but he has got his fifth of the season, and Shillelaghs second of the night, and they're 2-0 up against Ballycastle. Very, very good performance so far. The battle of the managers for the second time running. Home side looking good for the second time running. 4 attempts, 2 on target for Shillelaghs, both of which have hit the back of the net. 5 and 3 for Ballycastle in a relatively even first half. Mark Poom not having the best of games on a 6, but throughout the team for Ballycastle got 6s and 7s. Nobody really excelling. Over at Shillelaghs, Castellano having a great game in the goal, and again we've got 6s and 7s throughout. No assists for the goals. Pinger is having a good season with 4 and 5 since he's come in. Doing a good job. We'll just see if the managers are going to change anything. Play on for now. If Chris doesn't have an arrow, give him one. He does. We'll roll this through to 60 minutes. And Alexis Smertin is off. This is almost a carbon copy of the last game in reverse, with the home side leading 2-0 and the away side having a man sent off. So Smertin is off. Will we see Kaluzhny? Will we just see it? Romashchenko move across? We shall see. But that's a massive uphill battle now for Ballycastle to get back into this with 10 men trailing 2-0. Kaluzhny on for Kovalchuk, putting him on the right of the 3. Like that. He does have an arrow. Is that okay? I assume that's what you want. So we'll play this through for another 10 minutes and then we'll pause again. Oh, 65 minutes now. We'll see. Oh, we've got at the interval an injury for Carrier. I would expect that we're probably going to see Cristiano Ronaldo and a little bit of a reshuffle. While the manager thinks about that, we'll head across and look at Ballycastle. But again, still 6s and 7s throughout. Smertin on a 5 after a red card. Marius Pavlak is trying his best to tackle. So we are going to see the introduction of Ronaldo for Eric Carrier. And he's going to jump straight up front with Pinger. Like that. And back to Ballycastle. See if Mr. Megahorse can find anything to get back into this game. Keep it as it is. We'll run this through the last 25 minutes and see if we get any changes in the scoreline. Ballycastle trying, but we're into the last 13 minutes. A yellow card for Kaluzhny from the bench. 5 minutes to go, and it looks like Shillelaghs are going to see this one through. And it's a third goal. Cristiano Ronaldo from the bench has scored a third and put the game to bed for Shillelaghs in a very good performance. Consolation goal on the stroke of full time from Romoshenko, but a deserved win for Shillelagh's. Red card made it almost impossible for Ballycastle to get back into it. They did have the more attempts on goal, but the more clinical stuff came from Shillelagh's. Yuri Drozdov had an influential match, picks up one of the match. Nicky Barmby's had a decent game. Goals from McPhail and Ronaldo and Pinger. And a cross at Ballycastle. Poborski did okay and picked up a late assist for Romoshenko, but apart from that, not a great deal to shout about. Oh, excuse me. We're going to move across now to St Giles Samba against the Draft, which is 5th against 4th, but there is a big 12-point difference. Samba line up like this, which is, I believe, changed from the last match. We've got a change. We've got Cordoba in for Gamara. And over at the Draft, who line up like this with Jeremy's and Rivaldo and Emerton out. Zauric, Zanacheda and Ortega, I think. So we'll kick this one off and see if the Draft can keep themselves in the title race or if they will potentially lose ground. Let's see if Samba can remain top of the best of the rest for the time being. And Henrik Larsson again has scored. Started his Draft career very well in recent weeks. Not too many chances in the first 30 minutes, but the Draft lead 1-0. And it's a penalty and a red card, and we haven't got a keeper on the bench. And that's just fucking ruined the game. Jesus Christ. 3 subs is fucking shit. Oh, God, if I can go in there. Fuck it. 2-0. Larson converts the penalty. 3-0. Ryan Giggs. Could be a cricket score now. Hey, dear me. Right, I'll have a look at the Draft, who have started well. Maraviki at Larson and Ortega with the assists. A brace for Larson and a goal for Giggs. In terms of attempts, 6, 3 on target, they've all gone in. Over at Samba, there's not a great deal we can do because every shot the offer's going to go in. We're not going to change anything. So both sides will play on. We'll go to 60. And Jenna Cheddar has seen red. The Castle Draft. I mean, I don't think it's going to have a massive impact in terms of the outcome of this match. It's going to mean he's going to miss a game. But apart from that, not much. So centralised Cheddar. He's been sent off, mate, but I assume you mean Pat Soglu. Like that. Okay, we'll run it through just to 60 minutes. Giggs has scored again, it's 4-0. See if Mike wants to make any changes. For the last half an hour, maybe see Shevchenko get a run, or Desai, or even Schmeichel up front just to take the piss. Yeah, do it. Stick Schmeichel up front for Montella. See if he can get himself a goal. Boo. We're going to see Shevchenko replacing Montella. And we're going to run it through because the outcome of the game is not going to be changed regardless. Ortega's made it 5 with his 5th of the season. And 6 as Ortega makes it a brace as we approach full time, and Sambra out of their misery. Did manage 7 attempts and 3 on target, but 12 attempts, 6 on target, all of which went in, past even Cordoba. Giggs picks up man of the match for his couple of goals, assists for Madavikia, Larson, Ortega, Patsoglu. Over at Samba, 6s and 7s apart from Cordoba, who played in goal and got a 4. An off day for them. Hopefully we can put that behind us and it won't affect morale too much. So we're going to go across to the next game, which is Antrim, who have changed shape from the last match. Perlo and Okocha back in the attacking midfield positions. Fowler and Albies in defensive midfield. Agostinho and High check wide. And they are going to play Portrush, who have 1, 2, 3, 4 players suspended and Baumer injured. And they line up like that. Vrizas, I believe, is still leading the top scoring charts. We'll kick this one off and see if Portrush can continue their good form and title bid. And Antrim, who have been incredibly inconsistent and hit and miss this season. Both sides looking to have chances. Relatively even start to the game, half an hour in. Give Welsh with a chance, it's gone wide. Partnered Andy Cole up front rather than them swapping, and Damiano Tomasi has opened the scoring for Portrush on the stroke of half time. 5 attempts, 4 on target for the home side, 3 attempts, just 1 on target for Antrim. Not going to make any changes just yet. We'll have a look at the home side with 7s and 8s, with a couple of 6s for Njai and Lolodenkov. No assist for the Tomasi goal. I assume we will see a play-on from Dan. So we'll run this through to 60 minutes. See if we can get an equaliser from Antrim. Have a quick look at the match stats. Just a 3 attempts, 1 on target. I don't think anything's really happened in that 15-minute period. Just have a quick look. Njai sacrificing his performance for necessity today. He's not really been involved, but probably not needed to be honest. David Welsh is going to be pulled off. He's also going to be substituted. Lady Preciado is going to come on. And we're going to see Luis Baltmorte come on for Agostinho. Over at Portrush, we're going to see Totti off for Archie back. Arrow on if not one already. There we go. Arrow for Archie back. And we'll run this through. Let's see if those subs have any impact to the score. And it's a goal. Preciado straight from the bench. Instant impact. Has equalised for Antrim. Paul Scholes almost picks up a booking, but he has scored after being ticked off by the referee. He has put Portrush back in front. We're into stoppage time now. Relatively close game. I think the better chances have come from the home side, and Mendieta has made it 3-1 on the stroke of full time. 9 attempts, 7 on target, 5 attempts, 3 for Antrim. Preciado from the bench got 1 back for Antrim, but Portrush too strong overall. Scholes picks up man of the match. Vrizas with an assist. Tomasi with a good performance. Let's have a look if that Mendieta goal was from a free kick. Yep, he did. Direct free kick. And a free woman for Portrush. I think that we have got one last game, and it is Green Park Rangers, who line up like this, versus big time Belfast. Got Dedit out for Nedved in the only change for GPR, who I think were knocked off top spot last week for the first time in a very long time. Big time Belfast lineup like this: Vieira and Emerson in midfield. Emerson's coming for Boyer. Vieira and Henry continue up front, and Nikiforenko has been key in the attacking midfield positions. So we'll kick this one off. Huge game at the top of the table, especially with the chasing teams both winning already. We'll see how it goes. Early pressure from the home side. 15 minutes in, they're still coming forward. Ziyech is doing his best to kick and tackle in midfield, and we've got an opening goal, and it is Nikiforenko, who continues his good goal scoring form from attacking midfield, probably against the run of play, but that is a great 5-6 minute spell for Belfast, and Henry has doubled the lead for Belfast as we head towards half time. And off the crossbar, just on the stroke of half time, we have got 2-0 lead for Belfast, 2 attempts for GPR, who started strongly, but once Belfast got into the lead, they became a stronger side. We've got an assist for Zerabert, who's done well since coming back into the side for Lizarazu. We're not going to make any changes as of yet. 7s across the board for GPR, apart from Damiano Zanoni. Interesting to see if he continues or if we will see Tudor, who the manager is a fan of. Both sides are going to leave it through to 60 minutes. See if GPR can get back into it. We're up to 58. Oh, it's a red card for Patrick Vieira. We're going to have to make a change, I think. Vieira's going to come off for Petit and drop in there. Henry's going to stay up front. And we'll see if GPR want to make any changes to try and get back into this game. So, half an hour to go. GPR trailing 2-0, but have a man advantage. See if they're going to try and do anything to turn their fortunes and this match around. Awaiting instructions from the manager. I have a feeling we might see Ronaldo or Beckham. Ronaldo for Collins, then swap with Ronaldinho. So David Collins is getting pulled off, as well as substituted. And Ronaldinho is going to drop into the 10 position. Ronaldo partnering Van Nistelrooy up front. For GPR, massive half an hour against 10 men. Belfast looking to keep the top spot and open up the gap a little bit. Emerson picks up a yellow card, 73 minutes on the clock. GPR putting on a bit of pressure now. Ronaldinho have a chance, great save by Buffon into the last 10 minutes. And Belfast are defending well with 10 men. Couple of minutes to go, plus stoppage time. Chance and it's full time. Belfast have defended incredibly well in the last half an hour. 4 attempts in the last half an hour for GPR, but none on target. On the balance of things, Belfast 10 attempts, 7 on target. Deserved win. Man of the match goes to Van Nistelrooy for some strange reason. Made a few key passes. But great win for Belfast, which will keep them top of the table. Good performances from Lucia, Henri, Vieira, Nikiforenko, as well as the fullbacks. Unlucky to Ben and GPR. And through to the classifieds, GPR who dropped to third, 0, Belfast 2, Glebe 2-0 win against WC Stout, Portrush 3, Antrim 1, Samba 0, Draft 6 after the goalkeeper red card, Shillelagh's 3, Ballycastle 1. Leaves the table looking like this. Big Time Belfast now with a 5-point lead to Portrush and GPR, who are level on points, with the Draft 2 points further back, then a 15-point gap to Samba, Stout, Ballycastle, Shillelagh's, and Antrim now drop into the relegation playoff spot. Across to the First Division, Cookstown 3, Crusaders 2 in a nervy affair. Drumore 4-0 winners against Coleraine, and the Updraft 3-0 winners, leaves the table looking like this. 58 points for Drumore and Cookstown. Cookstown with a stronger goal, Drumore with a stronger goal difference over Cookstown, and the Updraft a point back on 57, with Coleraine leading the charge for the rest of the sides, 24 points back. Fixtures in a week: Antrim vs Shillelagh's, Belfast vs Ballycastle, Portrush vs GPR, and a huge clash at the top of the table, the Draft vs Glebe and WC Stout vs Samba. And First Division fixtures: Drumore travel to Cliftonville, Cookstown at home to Linfield, and the Updraft against Glentoran. Don't know how long anybody's around, but don't know, we could maybe press on and play another round. Failing that, I'll just save it and come back. I'll leave you to have a think about that. I'll be back in a second. Right, I will move the save on now, upload my team and Ben's team, and if you guys want to jump on and do your teams, and then somebody wants to fire out another round of fixtures, then that would be amazing. Let me know what you think. I'm just going to click it through. No. Pochettino and Carrier out. No problem at all. Club record win. Board unhappy at Antrim. Right, I'm going to end the stream and we will reconvene shortly. I'll drop you a message in the chat when it's ready. Cheers. Love you. Bye.